How you doing, guys? I'm gonna burn one of my last H Upman. I think I got one in the boat, and I brought this one from the boat, so I got another one. And this is nice. And I said a couple of days ago, I said, hey, I'm running out of cigars. I only got maybe 6 here. Let me go to JR and start getting my usual stuff. And I went through a bunch of um, types, and they ran out. They out of stock, back order, out of stock. And I'm going, what is this? They had no H oven, Golden Nicaragua. The H Arturos were kind of the only the very high. I buy bundles of 5. I don't buy 20 or 25 box of anything. I buy bundles of 5 or maybe bundles of 4 that they sell them. No bundles of any type. So I said, well, let me start buying some other off-brand that that I usually don't smoke. I bought some Oliva and some other I forget now. I bought like 4 bundles. It pretty pricey. It came out to 220. I bought a single Toro Fuentes. I think it was $15-20 stick. But anyway, it came out to 200. So I sent, I paid him, and then a day later I get this email saying that they couldn't send me the cigars because I needed to verify my ID. So I forgot to put in my birthday. So I put in my birthday, and then send it back. And then I got another one coming back saying, no, we need a picture ID, the license and the whole thing. And I said, what's going on with these people, So there's a number. I went and called. And I said, yeah, I got this email from you guys that you want to verify my ID and da-da-da. And I said, listen, I've been buying cigars from you guys for 15 years, and you should have all my information. And the guy was a little cocky. And I said, well, let me see, let me have your email address. I gave him the email address. He goes, it's not showing here. And I said, are you kidding? It's there, the address. He asked me for the address. And he said, I verified all the information. He goes, okay, we still need an ID. And I said, why? Oh, we want to make sure you're over 21. I said, dude, I've been buying cigars from you guys for 15 years, and now you ask me. I was getting already irritated. No, yeah, that's the new rule. And da-da-da. Oh, let me talk to my manager. So he put me on hold. Went a minute later or so, came back. Yeah, we still need your ID. And I said, listen, if that's the case, just cancel the order. I'll buy cigars someplace else. Okay, let me put you on hold. They put me on hold. He went and talked to somebody again. I don't know who. And he came back and he says, okay, the order's been canceled. So now I am not buying any more cigars from JR. You blew it. I used to buy a batch of cigars every 3 months or so for 15 years. And now, because I don't like to put in for personal information, like a picture ID of my license and send it to nobody. That's in my wallet, and I only show it to the cops when they need it. But I'm not going to put it online on the web and send it anywhere. So you lost a customer. I'm not buying any more cigars from you, and I already deleted your page on my list. All I have to do is take a drive and buy a bunch of newly wrapped cigars. There's this guy that he makes them. He sells them at a store for $4 to $6 a stick. So I'm even saving money. All I have to do is drive, and I'll go by my friend and visit, buy cigars, etc. So you lost a customer, buddy. The hell with you. Okay, now look what I just got. On the last video I said I wanted to get the system. I don't think I explained it. But this is the system. Um, because I got tired trying to sharpen the knives and it wasn't coming out right, and I'm going to try to sharpen this one. The one in the drawer comes in a nice little box. It's got a little handle. You know what? I don't want a expensive system that I'm only going to be doing this very seldom. I'm not a professional knife sharpener. Okay, so this is basically self-explanatory. There's the base. Here's the tower. Locks in. Then you have the jaws. Pretty simple to assemble. Put that over there. And what I like about this, that instead of having the one that first came out, the LASIK, not sure how do you pronounce it, sharpening system, that it has the little plate in the back and it's got holes at different angles and you run the rod. Okay, this is something similar, but you have an adjustable numeric scale that it's a little more precise. So I'm going to take it down to 20, and then this, let's see how this works. You open up this little wheel, take the cardboard out, this opens, you put the blade in here. Okay. The demonstration I saw, the guy was complaining that the knife was slipping out of the metal here because it's metal to metal. Well, I noticed that this one has a little padding, because I was thinking just put some tape or something in it. So he will put tape on the actual blade, but this one has a little padding, and you just tighten it up. And yeah, it is plasticky. And then I know you gotta put this in first, but I'm doing this for the first time, so you slide it in and it locks in position. And then you get your selection of different stones, and it's got a little padding on the back, and it's got a little rod, ceramic rod, so you can do your thing. So this is 220, 600 the knife. I ran it to a stone earlier because always using the knives. So let me use the 220 and a 400. So I'm gonna put it down to 220, and then the blade, what it's gonna do. Oh no, there's something different here. Let me see if there's a hole underneath. Ah, dummy. The hole is underneath. And you pop it in. Now we're talking. Jesus Christ. All right. Don't read the instructions. Okay. All right. Okay, and then you work on the knife, and I see the guys do the, I don't know if I like the idea of sewing up and down. And then switch it over to 320 and do that. Okay, the knife is slipping out a little bit. Okay, so 320. I want this knife to be sharp so I can shave my arms. 15 minutes and go through all the stones. until you get to the end. 400. And then I can go ahead and switch those. The tightening wheel should be sticking out of the frame a little higher, so you got a better grip because it's pretty low. All right. See, the knife is slipping out a little bit. You gotta tighten this sucker up. Try it this way. Right. Yeah, some people were saying it was kind of flimsy, but this thing cost me, I think it was going for 129, and then with the tax and the shipping and everything. Yeah, I'm having a problem with tightening the wheel. It keeps getting loose, and that's as tight as I can get it, but it's still slipping around. Okay, 400. And pop it out. Take out the next one, which is the 600, and then an 800. Pop it in, 600, and then this one is a, oh, this is just a strap and the little stone. There was one that had, oh, this is the one with the stone. All right, so let's do it. Oh, I forgot that you can flip this around if you push. Yeah, you push this jaw and you can turn it. You don't have to loosen the knife. Durr. Yep. I think I saw a video doing that. So when you do when you're doing the process of changing every stone that you flip around, you can just flip the knife. Well, if you guys know of another company, I haven't had time to go and look online. I think I heard that there was one called Pennsylvania Cigars. If I want to buy a brand name cigar. Yeah, it's a little hard to flip it. But the knife is slipping out. That's why I said that the wheel here should be a little higher so you can really crank it down, and it should be metal, because that plastic eventually is going to break after a few years. Yeah. Okay, 600. And this is supposed to be one of the best systems. Yeah, it's hard to get the hand in there. And I don't have big hands. Imagine somebody with bigger hands. Okay, and then let me see. Yeah, it's got some sharpness there. I don't want to try it yet. I'm going to try the stone now. This little ceramic. See what that does. This is supposed to be like the last. And I'm not gonna cut paper. I'm gonna cut hair. I want to see if I can shave my arm. Then I'll know the knife is sharp. It's already black. When I grab it by the little grippy handle here, it kind of rotates on me, so I just grab it by the back here. All right. And I saw a system that had like 8 of these things, and I said, no, man, I'm not gonna be doing, I got things to do. I'm not gonna. Okay, here's a strap. That's the last one. I'm gonna do this, and it just kind of rotated like that. Oh, you need to have some strong fingers here. Make sure to reduce the strength of that spring. I'm barely getting the tip. All right, I don't want to mess it up. Let's do the stropping now, which is very quiet. I'm gonna need more practice. Okay, one thing I noticed, and I kept an eye on it. I brought this down to 17, roughly there, and it's crept up to about 18 to 19. So I was watching a World War II documentary of the Americans when they landed in Normandy and they started advancing, and they were spreading out, and then when they took a break, whenever they took a break, it was intense. They were laying around, and one guy was having something to drink and kind of getting some rest, and one guy had a knife, and he had I think he had a kabar, and he had a boot, and he was just doing stropping on his boot, and he was just looking at the camera and saying, I'm gonna get you. The bootstrap really sharpens the knife if you don't have any nicks or anything. So you gotta do it for a long period of time to really get a benefit. Okay, let me flip it again. Okay, well, you can do that too. Just pop it out and rotate it. Okay, it's a 20. It's sharp, but I don't think it's gonna shave. I don't know. We'll see. All right, take that out. I'm tightening it. Yeah, I think it needs a little more time, but we'll see. Not exactly. It's a lot better. Let's see, I saw a guy do this. Okay, let's see. No. I'm not gonna blame the system. I'm gonna blame me, because like I said before, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's not that sharp. It's not that sharp. So I gotta work on it some more. But I'm not gonna video that because it's gonna take forever. It's not really doing the shaving finish. So see, the knife is not gripping. Maybe it needs little teeth. Maybe. Oh no, it's gonna scratch the blade. Well, they did put those patty there so it will grab the knife better, but it doesn't have the right wheel. So my intuition tells me that if you make a bigger wheel, and actually this whole setup should be metal right here. That should be metal. So it gives it a little strength. You can see how it rocks, it pushes down when you're doing the blade. Now the blade is not straight. It's supposed to be like this, and I got it all the way tight, and there's no way. I don't want to break it. And then we're gonna do. Maybe I should hold the blade. This is not a heavy knife or anything. It's just a pocket knife. Look at that, it's almost falling out. It's on the edge. It's gonna fall off. Okay. I gotta do the buck. I'm not gonna do it now. Not yet. Not there yet. I mean, I can cut. It's not the equipment, it's the user. Not there yet. Jesus, I don't know how to sharpen a knife with anything. All right, that's enough for now. Okay, so I just wanted to show the system. All right, guys, I'm sorry to report that I didn't do any good with this. I thought it would be the magic tool, but apparently it doesn't do the job for me. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna give it a second chance and see if I can do better. I gotta see the videos and see if people say, well, you gotta strop it for a certain amount of time, because I think I'm giving it not enough time to do anything. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. See you on the next one.